had to cut my phone off. The message I heard is genocide. The scripture comes from Second Esdras 6:26. Wow. And they will see the men that have been taken up, who have not tasted death from their birth, and the heart of the inhabitants will be changed and turned into another meaning. For evil will be blotted out, and deceit will be clenched, and faith will flourish, and corruption will be overcome, and the truth which has been so long without fruit will be declared. So, for whoever this is for, one way or another, okay, God is about to get you up out the way. And sometimes sometimes when God says that he finna get us up out the way, you know what I'm saying, we can be confused as to what exactly he means. We can be confused as to what way he wants us to get out the way. Because sometimes it's a situation where you getting up out the way is you literally just removing yourself from a relationship. Sometimes it's removing yourself from a friendship. And sometimes it's like an entire lifestyle, or God just removing you completely. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is a situation where God is saying that he is seeking judgment. And because it's a situation where God is seeking judgment, goodness, I just had some tea. My throat is just. But, anyways, because the situation is where God is seeking judgment, I just feel like God is saying that he wants you all the way up out the way. And sometimes we can be stubborn. Sometimes we can kind of like linger. Sometimes we can feel as though we gonna be okay regardless. And it's not to say you're not gonna be okay regardless, but I just feel like God is saying he is going to remove. If you don't remove yourself, he will remove you. One way or another. I just feel like one way or another for whoever this is for. Because when it comes down to it, you know what I'm saying? We all fall short of the glory. Nobody is perfect. Nobody that walks this earth can even hold a candle to the way that Yeshua was as he walked this earth. You know what I'm saying? And so many times people, they can pretend, they can act like it. You already know me personally. I've said several times, I know I fall short. I am not perfect in any shape, form, or fashion. I, like, you know what I'm saying, I try my best. I do. I try my best. I do. But when it really comes down to it, I'm not perfect. And I never want to portray myself as somebody that is perfect. I never want to portray myself as somebody that is even close, you know what I'm saying, to what Jesus said at, the way that Yeshua was as he walked this earth. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm a person. I'm a people. And, when it come down to it, I am only human. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like for whoever this is for, God says he knows that. He sees that. You know what I'm saying? You are a person. You are a mortal. Like, it doesn't matter what position or rank or whatever it is that you got going on. You are still human. So when it comes down to it, as a human, there are different things God is speaking about, like fleshly desires, regardless to if it is drinking, dating, wanting to, have fun, wanting to enjoy your life, wanting to, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like in the world that we live in, it kind of pulls us into that. God is saying human nature. So sometimes human nature is like we are literally surrounded by people that want to live a worldly lifestyle. And sometimes it can be very lonely when you are when you're walking the straight, narrow path. It can become very lonely because like, you know what I'm saying? I've thought to myself several times, what kind of social gathering can you have that, you know what I'm saying, is completely blotted out without sin. I guess a wedding, but how many people are really getting married nowadays? You know what I'm saying? I get birthday party, but then still some birthday parties, you know what I'm saying, certain things be going on. So it's like when it comes down to it, I just feel like for whoever this is for, God is, he has complete understanding of what you got going on. He has complete understanding as to why you are confused. He has complete understanding as to the fact that you don't know what he doing, what he about to do, what he been doing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we end up in a position to where like somebody may have been in the midst of the wrath of God and we ain't even know that. You know what I'm saying? Then we attach ourselves to that person regardless if it's a friendship, relationship, regardless if it's somebody that you end up working with, whatever it is that you got going on. You know what I'm saying? It could even be a situation where you join like a group or something like that, or maybe it's like you start like I just feel like it's a situation where there was some kind of wrath going on somewhere. Like even if it's like a spouse, like sometimes we meet our spouses while they are in the midst of the wrath of God. And when we meet them and attach to them, God will pull his hand up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He'll lift his foot up off their neck a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be a situation where their wrath is not as intense as it was because you there and God don't want to touch you. God don't want to hurt you. And you got to get out the way. And I just felt like for whoever this is for, God said he is going to remove you. Since you, like, you don't want to remove yourself. And for somebody, it's not even a situation where you are trying to figure out what it is he wants you to do. It's like you're trying to figure out what it is that he wants you to do. Thank you. But I feel like God is saying that it's okay that you don't know. It's okay that you can't see it the way that he sees it. It's okay that you like I just feel like you don't really know what's going on, and that is okay. But God said he gonna ensure that you don't receive what he's doing because there are things that he wants to change. And you know what I'm saying? Like the scripture says, evil will be blotted out and deceit will be quenched. Faith will be flourished, corruption will be overcome, and the truth, which has been so long without fruit, will be declared. So, this is a situation where God is about to change some things. For some of you, it's not a situation where you are never going to see this person again. It's not a situation where you never get to hang out with that group of friends, or, you know what I'm saying, that best friend, where you never get to hang around with that spouse, or like you will never see your spouse again. God is saying that it's not that kind of party. Okay, if it's intended for you to be in somebody's life or for them to be in your life, there is going, like, y'all gonna be in each other's life regardless. But God is saying there are certain things that he needs to change, like about them. And for some of y'all, there are things that he wants to change about you too. And in order for him to do that, separation. Like, in order for him to do that, there has to be a separation. You know what I'm saying? And you know, for some people, it is going to be a situation of wrath. You know what I'm saying? If it's a situation where you in a relationship with somebody and all they do is just cheat, 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 God is going to allow them to endure whatever kind of wrath is going to pertain to that. It may be a situation where they end up getting their heart broke. It may be a situation where they end up getting hurt. It may be a situation where they are going through turmoil with this person and they just end up sitting and thinking to themselves that it was much better when they was with you. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when we have something, it's easy for us to think to ourselves, I'm tired of them doing this, I'm tired of that, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of that. And if I was just with somebody else, you know what I'm saying? But while you still there, it's like the good things are always pushed to the back and the bad things always come forward. And if somebody else is there distracting this person, that they know, but they don't really know like that. Like, you know, when it's just you and somebody else, y'all have that chance, the opportunity to really get to know each other. And I'm saying this to say, when you are removed, they have the opportunity to get to know that person, like for real, because how like that they can't when you trying to juggle. I just feel like a person that's trying to juggle, a man that's trying to juggle. I almost said it, but anyway, somebody that's trying to juggle multiple people, one person, or I mean two people, or whatever it is, they don't have time to really give anybody 100%. So they really don't know everybody like that. However, if you remove yourself and you go and you over here, you are now basically leaving them to it. I talked about this before. Me personally, if it's a situation where I'm dealing with somebody and they got somebody else, I'm gonna let them go ahead. Like y'all do y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not competing. I'm not going to be competing for nobody's attention. I know I don't deserve that. And you know what I'm saying? When it come down to it, if that's what that person want to do, that's their thing. You know what I'm saying? It's only going to have one of two outcomes. Either they are going to find that that is their person, or they going to find that that person is a nightmare. And either way, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I win regardless, because if that's their person, then that means I didn't waste my time on them. If they find out that person is a nightmare and I'm their person, then I don't have to worry about them. You know what I'm saying? Doing nothing on the side on me. I can sleep easy at night knowing that's not my man. You know what I'm saying? I can sleep easy and rest peacefully knowing that this person, technically, they not cheating on me. That whatever it is they doing with that part, they doing that to themselves, and that's their business. You know what I'm saying? But when it come down to it, I know if they do come back, it's not gonna be the same party. It's not gonna be the same situation where they finna be trying to juggle me, because now they have realized, you know what I'm saying, what they have found is a nightmare. Now they realize that whatever I got going on, because we all fall short, it is not as bad as what that person got going on. Okay, and it's not as bad as what they could be experiencing. God said, get out his way, and he is going to remove all of these things, all of these flaws, all of these things that's going wrong, because sometimes we can't really see what God is doing, but that's okay. So that's the message. God said this is a situation where he is knocking some things out. And because it's a situation where he knocking some things out, like, you know, the message was genocide. That's a lot of like that's a strong word. You know what I'm saying? And when I first received it, I can't stand, I was scared. Even with the scripture, and they will see the men that have been taken up, who have not tasted death from their birth, and the heart of the inhabitants will be changed and turned into another meaning. God said this is a situation where somebody is going to change. Like, this is a life altering change. This is the kind of change that is unusual. This is a change that is not normal. This is like one person, like, I just feel like one day you are one way and then the next day a completely different person. Like, when you see this person again, or this group again, or these persons again, it is going to be an entirely different situation. It's going to be a different scenario. It's going to be a different story. This is a whole, like, this is a rebirth for somebody. The person they were before, that person gonna be gone. The things they did before, they not gonna do that no more. The ways that they had. It could be a situation like somebody, you are enduring someone that is mistreating you. You are just dealing with people that are being mean to you. Or, you know, like, kind of like, how do I say it? I just feel like sometimes we end up in a position to where We just allow people to mistreat us, and we allow people to say anything, and we allow people to, you know what I'm saying, hurt our feelings. And I understand, some people got tough skin. I know I got tough skin. You ain't gonna, it's very little that you can do that's really gonna hurt my feelings, you know what I'm saying? Because I am very confident in myself. I'm very assured of myself. I'm not the kind of person where I'm fake. I'm not phony. I don't try to portray myself to be something that I'm not, nor do I walk around as if I'm better than anybody else, because I know that I'm not. I am who I am. But when it comes down to it, I am confident, but the confidence more so comes from me knowing myself. I know what flaws I have. I know that I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people can confuse that and think that you think a different way. But when it really come down to it, in reality, like I said, can't nobody make me feel no kind of way. And sometimes when you the kind of person where can't nobody make you feel no kind of way, that even more so will, what I'm saying. That'll even more so make them feel some kind of way. Because, I've experienced it when people was trying to throw jabs at me, and they're trying to, you know what I'm saying, throwing shade. But I just look at it and I watch it, you know what I'm saying, fly to the other side, because I ain't catch that, because I don't know who you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you I don't think you know what you're talking about. I don't think you know who you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it could be a situation where somebody's trying to figure you out. It's like the scenario that's going on here with whatever relationship this is. This is a situation where somebody, they're trying to get to know you, but they can't get to know you because they got other stuff going on, and they're just making assumptions off of what they see. Sometimes the bad stuff is going to scream while the good stuff is going to whisper. God said he's removing you altogether so they can go and, you know what I'm saying, figure out what's going on with all these other prospects or whatever it is they got going on. And when they come back, they gonna realize the whispers that you had going on were kind of loud. Meanwhile, the whispers these other people got going on, ain't nothing really going on with that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I just feel like when it come down to it, God said you got to get out the way, because he's going to make a change in this person that's going to shock you. He's going to make a change in this person that is going to, I just feel like you are going to clearly see that this is not going to be the same person no more. This not gonna be the person that's gonna be trying to shoot shade towards you. This not gonna be the person that's gonna go behind your back and talk down on you. This is not gonna be someone that's trying to, you know what I'm saying, make you feel some kind of way, and to make you feel insecure and make you feel inferior. And I have noticed that there are some people that will do that, you know what I'm saying, when they feel as though your head is too big. They want to knock you down a few notches. God said this person not gonna feel that way. They're not going to feel that it's necessary to do that, because whoever or whatever they got going on that's confusing them, you know what I'm saying, God is going to allow them to see what that person really is, who that person really is, what they really have going on. Meanwhile, you are just going to be doing whatever it is that God is going to instruct you to do. God said everything will change. Deceit will be clenched. Evil will be blotted out. Faith will flourish. Corruption will be overcome. And the truth, okay? The truth, like for whoever this is for, this is somebody that I just feel like that stands out. The truth, okay? It will be declared, okay? For the longest time, it says the truth has been without fruit. That means for somebody, you have been trying to show whoever who you really are. But instead of them accepting or realizing who you really are, they are like looking at all these bad things. They like, I just feel like this is somebody that they are not really seeing you for who you really are. They're not seeing you for what you really have going on. You know what I'm saying? They're not seeing the real you. But God is saying that he is going to open this person's eyes so that they can see the real you, so that they can see who you really are. And sometimes, we have different aspects of who we are. And I feel like that confuses some people. A lot of times, some people, they just want to put you in a box, and that's where you gonna go. But what if you are part of different things? You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking about how like I forgot the name of that movie. I think it's the Bratz movie. How in the school the girl was trying to put everybody in the groups with the cheerleaders here, the choir here, the athletes over here, these people over here, these people over here. Everybody got their own table, and they got to stay with their group, and they can only do activities with their group. And I remember I kind of experienced this a little bit because my last year, or I think I don't remember if it was my last year or the year before last, but anyways, I was in the choir, I was in theater, and I was on a dance team. I was in a little sorority. I was also ended up joining a party group. I had a party promotion group. I had a little job at a little shop. I had like so much going on, and I was part of several different groups. It wasn't a situation where somebody could just box me in. And even though that might have made it difficult for me to actually build a connection with anybody, I felt like those were different pieces of me. As far as the choir, I love to sing. I love to sing. I love to sing. I enjoyed it. I did. You know what I'm saying? And as far as dance, I love dance. I love like the different aspects. I love ballet and I love hip hop, and I didn't like the pop so much. I'm gonna be honest. But I loved it. I loved working. I love hanging out with my friends. When I was in a sorority, I loved being in a, and you know what I'm saying, hanging out with the women that was in it, everybody that was in a group that we were already friends before we even joined it. Like, I love the party group. I love going out and hanging out with people that were from my neighborhood versus just being around people that was at my school, because I ain't gonna stunt, I went to school in River Oaks and it was kind of bougie back then. I don't know what's going on with it now, but you know what I'm saying. I love the different aspects of myself, but when it come down to it, I ain't fit in no box. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody was to try to put me in a box, I wouldn't fit. I even remember when I was in choir, the choir director wanted me to take some singing lessons with her, but I would have had to pay. I couldn't afford to pay. But at the same time, she couldn't get, I forgot the financial aid that they had for it, because my financial aid was wrapped up in dance. I was like, well, I don't know. I love both choir and dance, but I'm not finna let go of dance just so that I could, you know what I'm saying, have singing lessons. We can do that during the class. It wasn't a situation where it was just, oh, I had a terrible voice because she loved my voice at that time. I don't feel like my voice is all that perfect. You know what I'm saying? But she loved the way that I would be able to mimic the notes or whatever. But anyways, I just had different aspects of myself. And sometimes when you have a lot of aspects of yourself, somebody will look at you and they will pick one and try to box you there. And it's like you can't just box somebody in one little, you know what I'm saying, and expect them to stay there, because that's not who they are. You know what I'm saying? Regardless to what it is that you assume about them. You know what I'm saying? You can't just assume that they're going to stay in that box. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like for whoever this is for, I didn't see somebody trying to climb out of this box and you having a hard time getting out the box because this person got too much other things going on. They can't even really see you for who you are. So, long story short, God is going to pull you away, regardless if you want to go or not. He is going to pull you away and he's going to sit you over here and he's going to allow this person to see what whoever or whatever they got going on really got going on. He is going to allow this person or persons to see what it's like for you not to be there. Like, I just feel like it hit different. It's one thing when you seeing somebody all the time, or you dating somebody and you always talking to them, you always going to see them, you always spending time with them. It's one thing versus when you don't see them, you don't know where they at. You don't know what they doing. You can't even call nobody and say, hey, have you seen such and such? Don't nobody know where they at. Don't nobody know what's going on. That's a different kind of vibe. And I just feel like God is saying for somebody, that's the kind of vibe that he about to be on with you. He is about to remove you altogether and let this person see what it feel like to not even be like, not even be able to talk to you, to not even be able to see you, to not even be able to find out what you got going on, to not be able to know what you're doing, to not know anything. It's going to be like, this is going to be like you poof, vanish. But God said he's doing this on purpose because he wants this person to see what it feels like to just have whatever it is they have going on. Do they really want it? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it could go one or two ways. Either that's the person for them, or it's a situation where they gonna realize they don't want to be with that person. They really want to be with you. But regardless, they'll have a different perspective. They'll have a completely different understanding. If this is your person, their understanding that they had of you at first is going to change. The way they treated you is going to change. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you realize that you don't want to be without somebody, and you realize that you don't want somebody to not be around, and you realize that you do in fact enjoy hanging out with somebody, you realize you do in fact want to be in a relationship with somebody, you are going to treat them like you do. You're not going to treat them like they are dispensable. You're not going to treat them like you don't care. You're not going to treat them like, you know what I'm saying, like you could, you know what I'm saying, you can find that anywhere. God is going to allow this person to see you are not something that they can find anywhere. You are not somebody that they can, you know what I'm saying, you're different. God wants that, like, and God is going to allow them to see that. That's the message. That's the message. God said evil will be blotted out and deceit will be clenched. Even sometimes what we don't realize is, if you in a situation where somebody is competing with you, and for somebody, I feel like you are, because I wasn't even going to say this, but looking where the scripture says the seat will be quenched. For somebody, there is someone that this person may be dealing with. They are watching you and mimicking you. But God said when you are removed, they can't mimic you no more. They cannot pretend to be you no more. They can't act like you. They can't dress like you. Like, this is somebody that is trying to pick up on your mannerisms. And that, like, this is kind of like counterfeit vibes. But God said once you are tucked away, wherever God gonna have you, it don't even mean you gotta be tucked away, tucked away. It could be a situation where God just have you doing other things, going other places. But God is saying that you are not somebody that can just be duplicated. And that's just what it is. So, yeah, it's gonna be obvious. It's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. I'm even being reminded of a message that I gave a while ago about how sometimes when we have like a person that is trying to, steal our light or steal our life or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They'll try to look at everything we have going on, and they will decide that they gonna do that. They gonna dress the way you dress. They gonna take up the activities you got going on. They want to work the kind of job you have. They want to drive the kind of car you have. They want to live in the neighborhood you live in. They want your man. They want all these things. And I'm being reminded of the movie I watched earlier this year about a woman that was dealing with that. Like, she had this old classmate that came in. She was trying to take her man. She was trying to take her job. She ended up getting her fired. She almost seduced her man, her husband. And you know what I'm saying? She was really trying to do everything she could to destroy her life and replace her. And it wasn't the first time she did that, because she did it to another woman at the place that she moved from. But after she did it, you know what I'm saying, she ain't really want the man. You know, after she had the man to herself, like, he came to find out he was just playing with her. But she had hurt the woman to such an extent that she didn't want to be with him anymore. She, like, because it's hurtful when in that kind of situation. It's kind of like, how could you allow somebody to come in and make you truly believe that she's me? You know what I'm saying? And like, this man literally, he left his wife for her. She caused something to happen to that child. She did a lot of stuff. And this other woman, she basically had to fight for her life. Like, she had to literally, like, go toe to toe with this woman about what she was doing. And I'm saying this to say, because when it comes down to it, can't nobody be you. You know what I'm saying? And when somebody is intended for you, it shouldn't be nobody that is able to make them believe that they are really the person that's for them. God said if you just remove yourself altogether, the game is over. Ain't no game. You know what I'm saying? Women that do stuff like that, she gonna get bored because now she realized you not playing the game with her. Y'all not playing. You are not a lot, like it's not a situation where y'all going tit for tat. It's not a situation where you're trying to act like a certain kind of way and they trying to see what you doing so they can, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got time for that. Like I just feel like you are who you are. They are who they are. But God is saying in reality, um, you're not competing with nobody. You know what I'm saying? If at any given point in time you decide that you are going to have a different job, you know what I'm saying? You decide, you know what, I don't want that car no more. I'm gonna give me a whole different kind of car. You decide you want to move to a entirely different city, state, whatever. Now what they gonna do? They didn't copy printed your entire life and you have decided that you want to change, and now they scrambling together to try to copy you again. Like you are you. It's not a situation where the things that you do make you up. Even when it goes back to what I was talking about, what I used to do, that what 10, 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I am not a dancer anymore. I don't do no recitals. I don't do nobody's competition, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Haven't did ballet in years. I haven't even been able to really do ballet since my car accident. That was a part of me a long time ago. But today, that don't have nothing to do with me. Like I don't sing in the choir no more. I sung in the choir in high school and that's it. And that's something that it was a piece of me back then. It's not who I am today. Even what I used to be a CNA. I'm not a CNA anymore. You know what I'm saying? Technically, I will be retired. Okay. But, you know, like that's something that I used to do. I don't do that anymore. So it's not a situation where somebody could pick that up and say, ooh, if I become what she got going on, if I get this job and I have this kind of man and I have this and I have that, now I'm her. No, you know what I'm saying? Because at any given point in time, you can change your mind about everything that you got going on. But guess what? You're still you. You are still you. It don't matter. Like these are things that don't matter. Long story short, this person is copying things that don't matter. It's not a situation where that is what makes you up. That don't make you. It don't make or break you. God said it's not a situation where, you know what I'm saying, like if you the way you dress or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because me personally, some days I could wear a dress. Some days I could wear, you know, like a workout outfit. I got and then I could really get dressed. Y'all already know I got my little heels and my hats. You know what I'm saying? If I really want to get down, I can throw on some makeup and all that. You know what I'm saying? But when it really come down to it, I just feel like it's not a situation where these little bitty aspects of you make up who you are. Even when it comes to wearing makeup, I used to wear makeup every day, but now I don't. I don't wear makeup every day. It's not a situation where I just gotta the old me. I wouldn't even go nowhere without putting lashes on. But now I don't need to have lashes on every single time I leave the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna put on lashes just to go to the grocery store. I don't feel like it. And I'm just saying this to say, this video is getting long. I was not expecting to be on here for 33 minutes. For whoever this is for, God is removing you so that your person can see whoever this person is for who they truly are. And then they will see you for who you truly are. Because it's hard for them to realize what's going on because there's too much going on. So God is removing you so that it's going to be obvious that you're the one. It's going to be obvious that you are who you are. It's going to, like, your positive attributes are going to be screaming because there's no, like, this is somebody that's trying to follow your roadmap. God said he is removing you. No more roadmap for them. They gonna have to be they self. They gonna have to be they self. Cause you know it's easy to mimic somebody when they right there, but when they not there no more, it's kind of like You can't do all that. You can't do it. How you can't mimic something that doesn't exist, that's not there, that's not around. So this is somebody that they gonna have to be they self. And you know what I'm saying? That's the message. My throat, my voice is starting to crack. But that's the message. That's the message, y'all. I hope it was understandable. Okay. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys to bits and pieces, and I'll see you guys later. Deuces.